Hi everyone, today we're going to talk about Bitcoin and why it eventually will go to 100,000, 1 million and more. To understand why, watch this video until the end and please subscribe to my channel so you not miss the next video I'm going to make. To understand what is Bitcoin, let's jump into history of money. If you come to a store, you want to buy something, you want to give money and get the service or the products in exchange for it. With the development of the money, this system became very complex and complicated, and a lot of counterparties are involved into it. So Bitcoin's goal is to simplify it as much as possible. There are just two counterparties, two people who involved in the transaction, the seller and the buyer. So what Bitcoin actually does, this is a peer-to-peer electronic money network, which allows you to transfer money directly to a person you want to transfer money to. No one else is involved. So simple as that. This is like sending email from one person to another. So you send Bitcoin from one person to another, and no one can stop this transaction. No one can reverse it back. This is like electronic money. You gave your paper money to someone, the transaction is complete. Another concept about money is that money loses its value over a time. Here you can see the buying power of $1 over time. And 110 years ago, Federal Reserve, which is the national bank equivalent for United States, was created, and they started to regulate US dollar. And as you can see that during the last 110 years, the purchasing power, the buying power of $1 decreased by 97%. It means that if you held $1 since 1913, now you can buy 97% less goods and services with that dollar. So as you can see, back in 1972, the price for cheeseburger was 33 cents. I'm not sure in which country you live, but obviously you never find the price for cheeseburger as low as it was in 1972. So the price for cheeseburger is steadily growing and it will continue to grow. It says to us that if we could invest into cheeseburger, just buy one cheeseburger back in 1972 for 33 cents and keep it for 50 or 100 years, we could sell this cheeseburger later in 50 or 100 years for much bigger amount of money. But you cannot hold cheeseburger, right? It will expire very fast. So with Bitcoin, you can hold it forever. As the total supply for US dollars is growing, the inflation is growing forever, and Bitcoin supply is limited, if you hold it, its price will grow over a time. How Bitcoin actually solves that problem? In a very simple way. There are just 21 million coins, which is programmatically limited. It cannot be created more than 21 million coins. And this is called a limited supply. So with a growing demand, as the people population is growing, some of the Bitcoins, they've been lost forever, and no more Bitcoins can be printed. And this limited supply and steadily growing demand for Bitcoin in particular brings the price up of a Bitcoin. And this is like forever growing curve, just because the supply cannot change. And more people buying Bitcoin, more and more of them just never sell it, just keep them in a cold storage, in a separate wallet, and never sell it. So less and less Bitcoins are available for a sale. And if you look at the last 10 years, Bitcoin was the best performing asset in the last decade. If you compare it to any other investment, it actually wins. And if you don't believe that it can grow 1,000 times from its current price, let's look at the chart which represents the total valuation of different asset classes. You can see that highlighted in green, this is total valuation of a debt market. Highlighted in blue is the total valuation of a real estate market. And this is a small arrow showing the current position of Bitcoin among other asset classes. So if Bitcoin to equalize the real estate market, it will grow more than 1,000 times. So if it grows more than 1,000 times from its current price, its price will be more than $1 million per one Bitcoin. And this is very realistic in my opinion. Besides just storing the value, which is the current use of Bitcoin, no one actually wants to sell it or use it for something to buy goods, because this is a perfect way to store value. You just want to buy it and keep it and later sell it for much more price in US dollars. However, Bitcoin not just a store of value like gold, for example. It is also a mean of payment, and you can see that currently in a lot of countries you can use Bitcoin as a payment, and the speed of the transaction of a layer 2, which is Bitcoin Lightning, is very fast, much faster than Visa and MasterCard can process payments. Another reason why Bitcoin will eventually grow to 1 million and more is that because it is international. It means no single country controls it. And there are a lot of countries, every country wants to have its own fiat currency. There are a lot of national banks which want to have a monetary policy to control fiat currency, either print more or take back from the market. So they try to control the value of its currency. They try to fight inflation. So in general, they have the monetary policy. And there are a lot of countries in the world, a lot of fiat currencies in the world. And this is a very, in my opinion, a legacy why our world doesn't have a single currency for exchange goods and services between people. And Bitcoin helps to solve this problem because Bitcoin is international. No single country controls it. And as you can see, currently, United States, this is the biggest country, and US dollars is the major fiat currency in the world. But as you can see, the forecast about how the economies are going to grow, you can see that China is going to replace United States in 2050s, and also India will take the position 2 in 2075, which means that US dollar can lose its like attractiveness for international currency, and everyone who are holding US dollars, they will lose the value. Compared to Bitcoin, when no one controls it, and Bitcoin isn't dependent on the performance of a single country because it's international and decentralized completely, no one controls it. It means that whatever country will be on the top for GDP and economy, Bitcoin is going to benefit from it because Bitcoin doesn't care to be exchanged for United States dollar or for Chinese yuan or for Indian rupee. And this is just the store of value. And Bitcoin doesn't care whatever happens in the world, how the monetary policy changes in the world. They just have a limited supply. Another example how to explain Bitcoin is a digital gold. So gold is a metal which is limited in supply in the world. You do not typically buy coffee with gold, right? You just store it somewhere in a bank safe. So you know that as it's hard to find new gold, hard to print new gold. You cannot create new gold. Its price is gonna grow or at least be flat over a period of time. So Bitcoin is the same. Its supply is limited, but it's an electronic form. It means it just runs on the internet, but no one can create more Bitcoins. And it's much easier to use because for gold, you just need a storage to like store that. For Bitcoin, this is electronic money. You just need the electronic, just a laptop or the phone and internet to have a Bitcoin wallet on it and to keep Bitcoin in that wallet. So in my opinion, currently the Bitcoin price is 37,000 and will eventually hit 100,000 first, then 1 million, then 10 million and more. The only question I have is when is going to happen. But for me, it's not very important. I understand the concept behind the demand and supply thing. This is why I truly trust in Bitcoin and its future. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel not to miss another video, and see you later.